I think men, since the beginning of time, have always been competing, not only against each other, but for the woman that they desire. And in today's modern society, we've kind of lost that sort of competition because of things like porn and OnlyFans. They're no longer competing for those women because those women just give it away for free. So there's not really that aspect of like, oh, she's hard to get, so I need to become successful in order to get her.
This should not be a shock to anybody, except women, because they can't believe what is happening to them. They are shocked that we are seriously ditching marriage completely in 2026. Hello and welcome back. Today we will be talking about why we are seriously rejecting marriage in the modern day. Women are stunned because they thought it was a bluff. Stay until the end to see why they can't believe it.
Listen, I am not available to anybody who thinks they are going to waste my time. If you are not on the same page that I am on, which is only working and spending time with each other to build a relationship that leads to marriage, family, happy ending, no, I'm not going to be wasting my time on you. You do not get my time. Oh, you just want something quick, a little fling. You do not get my time. Oh, you just want to see where it is. You know, you ain't looking for nothing serious. You do not get my time. I don't have time for that. No, I do, but I'm not giving it to you. You know, I got things I want to do. I know my goals. I know what I want. If you're not on the same page with that, remove yourself from my fucking face. Have a good one, though.
You see, women like these really want to get married when they get to this age of panicking. They will pretend to cut out all the men who are not serious, but it's all panic and fear.
Why are so many men refusing to get married? This is an interesting question, and I don't know if men actually are refusing to get married or not, but it could be a few things. It could be that there's misconceptions about what marriage is. We hear a lot about who benefits from marriage. Is there a benefit to marriage? We hear a lot about men who are taken advantage of in the divorce process or feel like they lost something. I also think there's this mindset where you're with someone, but you're wondering if something better is out there. So why would you commit to marriage if you're worried you're going to miss out on something better? What I would say to women in that situation is if your partner doesn't want to marry you and you want to get married, leave, break up. That's going to end with you guys breaking up anyway. And if you're a single man who never wants to get married, let us know why. We're really curious.
It's not that we feel like there are no benefits. We have tried marriage with these women so many times and it hasn't worked out. They always leave and take everything they can.
Men hate commitment. Men hate commitment with all their life. If not that the society expects a man to be married in order to hold certain position, to hold certain hierarchy, to hold certain things, title, a man will never marry. If it's up to a man, they will never marry. Men, they hate marriage, they hate commitment. A man loves it when you are with him and he doesn't have to be accountable to you. Where he's going, what he's doing. That's why they feel like marriage is a cage. And this is why when I see women moving with their boyfriend, you go and carry your bag, you go and move in with a man. You wake up, you cook for him, you clean for him, you wash for him, you wash his clothes, you iron, you do everything. Even the things that his mother has never done for him, you are doing it for him. And you think he'll marry you.
Are you doing those things to get married? You see, women will never do anything for us without expecting to be paid back. That's why they are so confused when we make it clear that we are not marrying anyone.
I just want to get married. I don't want to be someone's girlfriend. I want to be someone's wife. I want to be the kind of wife that when my husband talks to me, his blood pressure goes down. The kind of wife where when I walk into the house, my husband, my kids, like their emotional temperature just stabilizes. The kind of wife where my husband can feel safe telling me anything. Like, I want to be the kind of wife where my husband comes home from work and he's stressed and he comes home to a house that smells good and there's food cooking in the kitchen. But I also want to be that kind of wife that doesn't challenge him, but stimulates him intellectually. The kind of wife where he'll never get bored of me. I'll always be up to be playful or even debate with him, to strengthen him when he's weak, to advise him when he's lost, to support him, and to see him, to really see him and understand him like nobody else.
This kind of hypocrisy is what we have unmasked and seen the real intentions behind these women's words. These sweet words turn sour very quickly in divorce courts.
I'm never going to get married. I don't want to get married.
Why?
There's no benefit for the man. He only has everything to lose. A man can be completely faithful to his wife, provide, protect, take care of the kids, obviously when he's not working, whatever. And the wife can step out and cheat. And what's the results of that? Man has to pay alimony, has to pay child support, loses his house, loses the cars, loses everything. Why? What's the point? And then, it's a coin flip. Flip a coin if your marriage is going to work. Those are the odds. Those are the chances. If you want to get married, cool. Throw a wedding, put the rings on each other, say your vows, you're married. You don't have to submit nothing with the courts. Yeah.
Die alone?
The only reason why somebody is not okay being alone is because they're not okay with themselves. That's it. Like, if you're not okay being alone, you have issues with yourself that you need to take care of.
Look at the faces of those women trying to shame him. They don't like to see us thrive, know our worth, or call their BS out. The truth is, these women are out here to exploit us and run.
Why would any rational, disciplined man sign a contract where the other party can break it whenever they feel like and still legally take half of your life's work? That's not love. That's insanity. That's crazy. Because in the United States, 40 to 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So that's not rare. That's a coin flip. And here's the part that young men need to choke on. Nearly 70% of all divorces are initiated by women. Think about that. Most men aren't walking away. They're being removed from the deal. And when that happens, the government doesn't ask any questions. It doesn't investigate effort. It doesn't audit behavior. It just says, cool, split it. Half the house, half the equity, half your retirement. Sometimes your future earnings. Sometimes limiting access to your own kids. All because you signed a piece of paper that assumed that everybody in the relationship would behave forever. That's crazy. That's insane. Marriage is the only contract on planet Earth where the person who breaks it can be rewarded more than the person who upheld it. Quit a job, you don't get a paycheck. Breach a business deal, you get sued. You walk away from an investment, you eat the loss. But marriage, you can leave and still send the man the bill.
With all this information, they keep asking why we are not interested in marrying them. What's the benefit? What's one thing that we can point to and say we will marry for that reason? There is none.
Marrying late never destroyed a man, but marrying the wrong woman did. Society pushes you guys hard to settle down, your clock is ticking, don't be the guy still single at 35, so what do? You guys panic and you rush and you grab the first woman that doesn't say no, and then you spend the next 10 or 15 years bleeding for it. One bad choice is all that it takes. Your peace disappears, your money drains, your focus scatters, your mental health tanks, your momentum dies, your self-respect disappears. But guess what? Loneliness is temporary. You can climb out of that. A toxic marriage, on the other hand, is a cage. Men, waiting is never going to ruin you. Rushing under pressure will.
We have reached a breaking point. That society pressure is not going to make us give in anymore. We have realized we are far happier being alone and guarding our wealth and reputation.
Why is it that every man that I've ever spoke to that's been married for a significant amount of time will always tell you, don't get married? I'll never forget in high school, there would be parties where all the parents would be around. The wives would be on one side and the men would be on the other side, all the husbands. And every time they would talk to me and they would tell me, whatever you do, enjoy it. Don't get married. And it's just like their wives are about 15 feet away and they're all saying all this negative stuff about it. And you see the divorce rate is constantly going up. And it makes you wonder, what's the point of even getting married?
This is arguably the biggest reason we are ditching marriage, listening to our older brothers who made that mistake. Their wives say they are happily married, but these men regret that choice every day.
And I gotta accept the love of my life is not from New York, bro. I keep trying with these Queens men. I keep trying with these niggas from Brooklyn. He does not live in New York because New York men never marry nobody. They just love them forever. Like, my man is definitely straight out the bayou or straight out of Houston, Texas. Because that has to be the only explanation for this. And New York men, they are still in love with their bitch from high school. Like, if they already have a first love, bitch, it's over. They never gonna get over that woman. So I gotta go explore my options.
Oh, the problem is not only in New York City. We are genuinely walking away from marriage in big numbers across the country. Try Texas or anywhere else. No one will marry you.
The bigger the wedding and more expensive the wedding, the more likely you're gonna get divorced as a man. And also, did you know that most marriages are pushed by women? They want to get married. And also, the most divorces, almost 80% of all divorces, are initiated by women. So what do you do as a man? Don't get fucking married. Don't be stupid. Can't you see? Connect to the dots. Don't get married.
The days of acting to fulfill women's desires are gone. The days of wasting money on weddings are gone. Women can push us to marriage as much as they want, but we will not fall into that trap again.
You might not realize this, but out of the top 400 richest Americans, 62 are women. And except for 2 of them, they all got their money from divorce.
Women have been treating marriage as a path to acquire ownership of our property, only to leave 2 or 3 years later with nearly everything. They treat marriage like a business deal. We are out.
You should never marry a dusty, or you should never even get married unless it's financially beneficial for you in the long run and in the present moment as well, okay? When you marry, it's not for love, okay? Nothing in the contract for marriage says anything about love. I'm trying to help y'all, okay? Nothing in the marriage contract says anything about love. Nothing. Do you understand? It's all about money, all about property, all about those things that dusty ain't got. You hear me? So, in order to understand this, you need to do your research. Go online and read all the stuff about marriage, the contracts, the legal stuff about it, and you will understand what you're signing up for if you marry a dusty. You're not supposed to be marrying no dust, okay? That's going backwards in life. So, you definitely need to understand that when you're signing a marriage contract, that is a business contract. And who wants to go into business with a dusty? A person who doesn't even know anything about money, someone who's not financially stable, someone who's unable to make good financial decisions, someone who you're connecting to financially and legally on paper.
They are not even ashamed of calling it a business deal. To their eyes, it's a business with a big payout for just participating. They even have classes on how to run that business.
70% of divorces are initiated by the women. These are women who are usually highly educated. They know what they want in a partner. This is what it says from the stats, is that often these are already women who have a life. You're slacking. I'm the one who's picking up everything. And so women are more likely to leave when they're unhappy. Men are more likely to be just left blindsided a bit because they're like, well, I was happy.
Marriage was supposed to be about duty and responsibilities, not a random feeling of unhappiness. These women turned the institution into a feelings competition.
Modern women ruined marriage and they don't even realize it. You don't compete with your husband, you complement him. If you're arguing about who makes more money, who works harder, or who's more tired, you already lost the polarity. Men don't fall in love with competition, they fall in love for softness. You can be soft, you can be ambitious, but if you don't know how to submit to his leadership, don't be shocked when he stops leading.
Whoever gave them this idea of challenging us was a fool, but they took the advice and decided to compete with us instead of complimenting us. Now we have left the field and they can't believe it.
Never in a million years did I think I was going to be 37 single.
And you think that's why?
I've seen too much in my life.
Okay, and that means what?
I'm tainted. I mean, you can imagine the things that I've seen. Married women, women leaving their boyfriends on the spot, leaving their boyfriend in the club. I mean, everything under the sun that you can imagine, I'm giving you the super G version.
Not a single man ever thought he would be happily single, but these women have led us to a point where we had to completely stop getting married and choose anything else.
Women say they want to be wives, but I'm sorry, that is not true. What women really want is the experience of marriage. The ring, the wedding, the pictures, the lifestyle, and the status that comes with saying, I have a husband. And that is completely different from actually understanding what it means to be a wife, isn't it? A woman who truly wants to be a wife thinks completely different. She is not just asking, what can this man give me? She's asking, what can we build together and what can I provide him?
They want the experience without the responsibility. They want a husband, but they don't want to be wives. These women are rotten to the core, and that's why we will not marry any of them.
Once you've been single for so long, and once you actually understand the nature of people and the nature of women, you start to realize that your peace is so much more important than being in a relationship or being just with somebody. Solitude and being by yourself is great, and a lot of people don't experience that because they get scared of being alone. But there's nothing to be scared of. Being alone, an ability to be alone, it's a superpower, and you don't even know you have it until you embrace it. And the peace you find by being alone is the peace you will never find being with somebody who's gonna nag you and try to control you and try to direct your life and cheat on you and steal from you and lie to you. Single life is the best.
We are deliberately choosing to be single. We are not afraid of living alone anymore. All we want is peace and distance between us and these women.
Girl, I told y'all several times, men don't care. Why do y'all keep believing they do? You need to care about some money. That's what you need to care about. Or a man with some money. The meaner you are and the less you care, the more the man is going to care. Because you've emotionally dragged them in.
This woman should know we are done with women. Let them die in loneliness. We don't care, and we will not care at all. If you are a man, join us and let the women stay in shock. Alright, give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and activate the notifications bell to stay updated. Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.